Severely malnourished children are a common sight at feeding centers across Ethiopia. A quarter century after famine killed 1 million in this East African country, many people still do not get enough to eat. Sufficient rains have failed for 3 years in a row. Sunburned stalks lie in fields unharvested. Across the Horn of Africa, 20 million people need emergency food aid. Ted Chaiban is Ethiopia Country Director for UNICEF. He says droughts that used to hit every few years are now a regular occurrence.
We have a situation which is difficult. We are in the third year of difficult climatic conditions. El Niños wreaking havoc with the region.
Ethiopian Prime Minister Meles Zenawi is leading the African delegation to the Copenhagen summit. He says Africa suffers for the sins of wealthy, industrialized nations.
Africa is going to be hit hardest, and it's going to be hit first. So we, as Africans, have more stake than perhaps anybody else except small island states in making sure that there is a robust, fair, practical agreement in Copenhagen.
African Union Commission Chairman Jean Ping is also on Africa's negotiating team for Copenhagen. He says there's a clear link between crop failures caused by climate change and unrest in several African countries.
We couldn't feed ourselves, so you saw that during that period, the bad period of the food crisis, we have riots in many cities where the problem of food brought people to go to demonstrate and to use violence against their authorities.
The UN Food and Agriculture Organization says 31 countries face critical food shortages, the worst of them in drought-plagued East Africa. West Africa is also hard hit. The FAO reports too little rain caused significant livestock losses in Mali, Chad, and Niger. Africa's climate negotiators do not say how much compensation they will seek in Copenhagen, but Prime Minister Meles has suggested $100 billion a year might be reasonable. Much, if not most of that money would come from the United States, the world's largest economy and the largest emitter of greenhouse gases. Peter Heinlein, VOA News, Addis Ababa.